Capalot. What's up, Capalot? How are you? Good morning. It's good, man. Good morning. All right, so what's the word? What's the word, y'all? What are we working on today? Nothing much, really. Let's see what's going on in the land of Canon rumors. What cameras do you have right now? Right now, I'm using a Canon R8. Let me see if this still works. Canon R8. This is a Canon R8 right here, and then I have a Canon R50 up here. I guess I can turn this on too. I got another camera right here too for a top-down shot. I don't know if you can see it in this camera right here. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome in. If you guys are brand new here, my name's Vic. Just answering as many camera questions as I can. How many cameras do I own? I own a bunch of cameras, bro. Bunch of cameras. Let's see. Let's go to Canon rumors. I haven't been on Canon rumors in a while. So let's see what they got to say. Is the Canon M? I like the Canon M50. Yeah, I had it for a long time. I still own it. I gave it to my sister though. I like the M50. The M50 Mark II is a little better though. Yeah, the M50 was a little bit better. Do I have any cameras I can spare? No, I can't. You should get a job. Do you have a job? $815. I have a 65 with a 18 f4. What should I get next? What are you doing? When I vape, I get yelled. I probably get yelled at too. I just oh, there it is. Yep, I got yelled. But mine's an 18 and over. Consuming substances featured in this life could harm your health. So I do a warning comes up, but that's okay. Cinematic work. I would probably get a FX30 if you want to do cinema work. Yeah, my settings are set to, I think I have an 18 and over stream, but you're still going to get yelled at regardless. But I'm not too concerned with TikTok, really. It kicked me off live last year. You got to be an 18 and over stream. And you have to have your settings with like parental guidance or whatever. Also, I should probably change some settings. I don't know if I can actually. I think I actually have to like content disclosure. Yeah, so I have audience controls on. I don't have content disclosure. I should have turned that on. Content disclosure is for like if you're promoting products and stuff. They might have changed it. It kicked me off last year. Yeah, I mean, their rules change all the time, you know, so who knows. Hey, is the 67 great for sport? It's good for sports. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I got a Sony A7 IV, but I don't know how to use it. Go to YouTube and learn in-person class. My recommendation, Tony, is for you to go outside and use it, bro. Go outside every single day for 30 days and record and photograph with it every day. The second part of that is to go outside and do all the things that I just said, but come back in the house and then edit every single day. Do that for 30 days, and then you can, like, you know, on top of going to YouTube and learning and stuff like that, YouTube University is great. And then after the 30 days, you can, like, make a decision for yourself. It's like, hey, should I invest some time in some courses or classes? Or, you know, you'll know, because you don't know what you don't know right now, right? A75 is a great camera, though, so congratulations on that. Can a Pelican case be used as a dry box? I don't think it's intended to be used as a dry box, but I think it can. I have several. Got a Sony A75. I already answered that. Just got the A75. Love it. Yep. Long time no see. What's up, Drunk Quack? You did a review of my IG. Was it a year ago? Damn, I'm not doing any reviews today. Yeah, I only do Drunk Quack. I only do reviews for channel members on YouTube. I have a Sigma 85 Art. Nice. Should I update to the 85? I don't think so, man. The 85, the VCM 85? Are you trying to do more video? What's the best telezoom lens around? $1,000, lightweight, sharp images for Sony APS-C. For $1,000 is pretty limited, dude. You're gonna have to buy something used. Where are you based? Earth, planet Earth. JFK, what's up, buddy? Free from Adobe. What was wrong with Adobe? Was Adobe holding you hostage? Eight people over on TikTok. All right, TikTok. Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys doing? Hello, I'm from Tanzania. I want to know the best to use in Tanzania. Use whatever you want, man. Use whatever you can get your hands on. Many things were wrong with Adobe. Yeah, they helped me hostage for years, but I finally escaped. I have zero. I've used Adobe for 7 years. I've had maybe one issue with them, and then they helped me, like, resolve it. I've had zero, but everybody's experience is different, though, bro. You know, I've used Adobe, Photoshop, Lightroom, Illustrator, After Effects, and then I've used the audio. I forget what it's called, the audio version. Audition. I don't feel hostage. You do have to have a powerful machine, though. That's one thing. That is one thing that I can tell you that has been a difference between me and other people that have had constant issues, is that they just don't have the hardware to run everything that they need. And that's normal, you know, because hardware is expensive. Is the Sony 70-350G good for the price, or get the Sigma 1-400? Is the 70-350, is that a variable app? Probably both are variable apertures, right? The straw that broke my back was new issue with Motion Bro and Atom X on Premiere. What is Atom X? What are you trying to do? You saw text. Saw what text? I got a bunch of products to review. I got a new Feel World reached out to me, which I might do an unboxing, and then Viltrox. I got another what's it called? Another flash from him. I got a yellow one this time. What else did I have? I got a bunch of camera cages to review for the Canon R50V. And then I got a bunch of things. Yo, it's been a busy couple of weeks, man, on this channel for me. I'm pretty happy, man. Pretty blessed. FX3, good cam for vlogging. It would be a little heavy for vlogging, but it'd be great for vlogging. If you can afford an FX3 for vlogging, hell yeah, dude. I would say it's a little big. It's a little cumbersome with the lens. Like, that's a big setup for vlogging. I want a professional grapher. Okay. You should buy a camera. Which one are you thinking about buying? Motion Bro, our popular motion graphics user system. When they broke, I was like, time to go. What's the alternative? SWVA shop. You know what's crazy, bro, is that I haven't gone anywhere, man. I've been on my gaming channel. I've been focusing on my gaming channel, trying to get that off the ground, but I got all that situated because I spent about 3 weeks figuring out and configuring out my whole thing right here. Check this out. Check this out, guys. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I have my camera back there. So like for the gaming nerds that like to see setups and stuff, and they can like watch me back here just for like, you know. What's a professional grapher? I'm assuming he means photographer. Colossum, what's up? What about the ZVE? I like the ZVE-10 too. ZVE-10 is very nice. JFK, what are you using for motion graphics? If not, like, what are you using instead? What's the name? The name of my gaming channel is How to Start a Gaming Channel across all platforms. But I don't really promote it too much just because I don't want, it's not that I want to keep it separate or anything, but I want to keep gamers over there and then like creatives over here. You know what I mean? Thank you for the follow, Klaus. I'm thinking about getting my first camera. What do you think of the Canon? Do not buy the Canon R100. Canon R100 is very shitty. Give me one best camera. R6 Mark III. Avion, what's up, Avion? How are you? Where from, boss? Planet Earth. Where are you from, boss? Oh, you said Zimbabwe, right? My channel, this channel I've mentioned to you guys before, it made it to the For You page of like the continent of Africa. I moved to DaVinci Resolve and Toko Designs and some other Resolve suites. Okay, yeah. Yeah, man, let me know how it goes. I'm happy with my Premiere Pro and, you know, and my Adobe experience. But like I said, everybody's is a little different. Do you still do IG reviews? I do reviews for channel members on YouTube. For channel members on YouTube. Someone is selling their Nikon D700 for 150 euros. Is it worth it? I don't know. 150 bucks seems like nothing to me. I don't say that 150 bucks is meaningless, but like for 150 bucks, I'd give it I don't give a shit, you know? I legit just watched your setup tour video. My setup tour video? What video is that? Okay. Well, I took your advice, started shooting a lot, even got a new camera. Nice, nice, nice. What camera did you get, Avion? Congratulations. How did my advice help you, and what was my advice specifically? If you're willing to share, I'm sure that your experience is helpful to the rest of the chatters in here as well. What's the best photography cam you like? 1K for 1,000? Probably the R10 would be nice. I'm actually selling my Canon R10. The R10 would be nice. Only thing that's still a bummer is Premiere Gal Toolkit seems to be locked Premiere now. I mean, most of those plugins and those things that you buy, there's like a version available for it for every editing software and every editing platform, but Premier Gal, like it's pretty much in her name. She's very heavily sponsored by I like her content, by the way. She's very heavily sponsored by Adobe and those products. So FX3, you got the FX3. Sick, dude. You told me that I'm already doing a good job of photography, but I need to shoot a lot more. Yeah, you just need to get the reps in, dude. That's it. You just need to get the reps in. That's literally it. Are there any niche cameras online shop where I can find the R10? You just gotta hunt. If you're in the United States, you can look at some used sites. But if you are outside of the US, I don't really know many sites outside of the United States. So, but I've also continued to work on my video work. You know what? That's like solid advice though, Avion, for like practically anything that you do in life. You know, especially like a hobby or something creative. But really, even like working out, it's just general advice. But when you do more of the thing in like a smaller amount of time, you get more reps in and you get more like data from those reps than you would if you would do it once a week for like a year. So 30 days of just going hard on something, you learn a lot in those 30 days that you would have if you would have taken like an entire year to get 30 photo shoots in. You know what I mean? And the photo shoots or the video shoots, whatever you're doing, doesn't have to be this whole production. It could just be you going outside and messing with your settings and getting some clips, and then in addition to that, going back home and then editing it. You know, that's really all that it is. It doesn't have to be this whole grandiose like event. It's just you going outside with your camera. You know what I mean? Antonio, what's up, buddy? How are you? Yeah, it's in her name. It's like a necessary divorce. Yeah, I wouldn't divorce it because if she's getting her bills paid by Premiere, like why the hell not? Is the ZVE 1010 good? I like the ZVE 10-2, not the 1. Yep, I took a summer to really practice. I've mostly been shooting summer. Yeah, exactly. And now that you got the FX3, like that's a whole nother level, dude. Congratulations. I have an R10 right now. I do wildlife. R7 or R8 is the next camera. R10 is really nice, Max. I would probably be focusing on a new lens, dude. But if you were wanting a new camera, I would probably wait for the next version of the R7 or the R8. So I would be Max, if I was you, I'd be like saving up some cash and seeing what the next camera from Canon is, because I think there's an R7 Mark II. And there's also an R8 Mark II that's like coming soon. I don't know when, I don't have any specific dates, but I'd probably would hold off on either of those two cameras for now until there's more information. Because I know that there's around the corner. I have D300s and I do plane photography. Is that a good for close up? Which I don't know what D300s are. What you need for plane stuff is a long lens. Is buying used worth it? It can be, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate the advice. It was definitely one of the things that gave me more confidence. And don't stop doing that. Avion. Don't stop doing that, dude. When I first got started with camera gear, photography, video and stuff, and to this day, like I carry my camera with me everywhere, dude. Everywhere, because for the first year that I was doing this stuff, I would go out every day, dude, every day and shoot photos and take videos, and I would edit every day. I did that for like 9 months. 9 months, and just learning the kind of photography that I like, and you know, going out to the city or going out into town and just like taking, I would call it like more snapshots instead of photography, because I'm just kind of practicing and kind of just messing around and stuff, you know. But yeah, don't stop doing that. Don't ever stop doing that, you know. Everybody in here, all of you guys across YouTube and TikTok, like you guys need to continue to shoot. Daily is crazy after you've already done it for a little while, but you know, my camera is a part of me. Like in my backpack, you guys want to see what camera I'm using right now? In this is my everyday bag. I got this bag from Brevity. In my everyday bag right now, I'm using the R6V. This is the camera that I've been carrying with me every day. Yeah, this is the R6V right here. Super nice camera. But this is my everyday, and then I rotate cameras. So like some weeks I'll use one camera, another week I'll use another camera, but for the most part, that's what I've been rocking this past couple of weeks. Hey, I'm kind of worried about it. Is the Canon R50 with a Tamron 150 G2 a good buy? Is that an EF mount? Scooby-Doo? 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 That's Scooby-Doo, right? What's the sweet spot on like shutter count? Oh, and also if you know what MPB is it reliable? Yeah, I've used MPB, KEH. They're fine. They have guarantees and warranties and return policies. So I bought used like new because shipping in the islands is a nightmare. Yeah. Bro, how do you find the shutter on the 5D Mark IV? The shutter? I'm assuming the shutter count. I think there's a program. Alicia says, sheesh. Bro, how do I find the 5D? Yeah, there's I think you can YouTube that. Yo, I'm back. What's up, Plane Spotter? How are you? Yeah, EF mount, and I have the original Canon adapter. I plan to do wildlife. Do you already have the lens, Scooby-Doo? I would try it, bro. On the R50, that's going to be crazy big, dude. But try it, man. How much is it? How much can you find that Tamron lens for? Plane Spotter, I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. Been busy working on a couple other projects. What's your opinion on the A7 II or the one? They're a little bit older cameras, but they're fine to get started on. For those of you guys that are beginners and don't own a camera right now, just get a camera. Just get the camera that you're thinking of, because again, I said this a little bit earlier, but at this point, if you're a beginner, you've never shot a camera, you've never used a camera, you've never filmed with a camera, you don't know about lenses, you don't know about memory cards, batteries, all that shit. You don't know what you don't know. So the best advice is just to get what you can afford and use it. Nope, I had the EF 300 F4L and I got it like 750, but I got scammed because it was 90% fog and fungus. That'll happen to you, man. That'll happen to you. Yeah, that'll happen. I would have been skeptical on a lens that costs like that, but did you buy it sight unseen? 5D2 or 60D? I'm planning to save up, but I can't really make up my mind. I would probably just save up my money and buy something a little bit more modern, Drizzy. But if I had to pick between those, I'd probably get the 5D series. Can you recommend some small action cam with best quality video? The DJI Pocket 6 is probably the one that I would recommend. That one is pretty great. I want to be a sports photographer. I've been sitting on the stand shooting tennis using a 67 7200. Nice. Get yourself a little bit of a longer lens. That 6700 is nice though, Apple. Should I get a full frame? Nah. I mean, not right now. You don't need to. I would focus on better glass. The 70-200 is nice, but you need to get yourself something like a 100-500 or a 100-400, something like super long. With the 67 is that your camera? That's plenty of camera. ZVE 10 or 6400. Charles, are you doing photo or video, bro? By the way, guys, if you're on TikTok and you haven't followed yet, please consider following this account. I could really use your assistance. What are we at on this channel anyways? 10,000? Thank you, Apple. Thank you, Plane Spotter. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I don't really know why I save up for ancient cameras. I'm using the Rebel. Okay. Drizzy, thank you for the follow. Plane Spotter, thank you for the follow. Yeah, man. Met up, try a few shots. It looked okay, but then export the photo and it was so washed out. Yeah, that's why you gotta get in the reps, dude. It looked okay, but when I export the photos, it was washed out. Did you take it to get it cleaned? Get it like looked at by a that's why I don't buy shit from strangers, dude. That's why I really don't like buying shit from strangers. Is getting a mirrorless worth it, or is a DSLR still solid for upcoming 5 years? I would probably go, if I'm buying anything nowadays, I'm definitely getting a mirrorless camera. There's nothing wrong with DSLR. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with them or anything like that, but I would be moving in the direction of mirrorless for sure. Yep, and quoted me like 600 plus, which essentially I thought would get a Tamron 100. Besides the build though, the Tamron is not new, but have been checked and cleared by a proper shop. Yeah, I mean, as long as you do your due diligence, man. As long as you do. I'm careful. I personally am careful to recommend buying from just random people, because what I don't want is one of you guys to come back here and tell me a story is like, hey, I went to that guy that you told me that buying off of Facebook and I got stabbed. You know what I mean? I'd rather recommend people buying from like reputable resellers and retailers. ZVE 10 or 64 for hybrid start. ZVE 10 2 is what I would buy. I don't like the ZVE 10 1, and I also don't like the 6400. I have my, you guys want to see my Sony ZVE 10 2? Have you guys seen it? I got it like right here. I got the all white build. I got a whole bunch of lenses from Sure. I got the entire kit. They're pretty nice. They're nice lenses. I recommend them. They're more video lenses in my opinion, but they take good photos. Lane Bailey, thank you for sharing the live. Appreciate you. David, I'm not doing reviews. I do reviews for channel members on YouTube, David. They have the same sensor, but the 64 is alloy, while the 60, yeah, hey, buy what you want. The ZVE 10 2 is the one that I recommend, but it just depends if you're doing photos and videos, really. The 6400 is for photography, you know, and then the ZVE 10 is the video series, like the entry video series. I'm not really sure what I should save up for. I honestly think I outgrew my, yeah, probably. How about the Insta360 Ultra? You talking about the Luna or the X6? Both of those. What are you doing with it? Car Connect? What are you planning? It's that question right there is more of a use case question. Both of those are going to be great, but what are you doing with it? For Instagram, TikTok content creation, yeah, but what kind of content are you making? If I was you, I'd probably be looking at the Ultra Luna. Yeah, probably the Ultra Luna. 360 cameras are great, but there's, you know, they have like a hard stop on its like. It really depends on the specific content, not like where you're going to be posting. Sigma 150 to 600 good with R10 for plane spotting. Yeah, just make sure to get the EF to RF mount. It's a pretty long lens. What you need for plane spotting, how much is that lens that you're thinking of? Mark 1, same sensor. Mark 2 has a new 10-bit sensor. Yeah, the ZV-10-1 Mark 1 is not worth anybody's time or money. Hello, watching you from China right now. What time is it in China? The Sigma 150 to 600. Yeah, you need for plane spotting, you just need a really long lens, dude. 7:36 p.m. I got a buddy from Australia. What time is it here? Is it 7:30? Oh my god. It's 7:30. You're on the same time zone as my buddy that's in Australia. Well, hello from the United States. Yeah, he's probably asleep right now. No, he's not asleep. I don't know where he's at. Hey, YouTube. What's going on, YouTube? I'm in Australia too. Nice, nice. By the way, everyone says that the 420. How much is renting an option over there? I would rent these lenses. Remember I told you I was traveling there for 2 months? I do not remember you told me that you were traveling there for 2 months, bro. Is the Sigma 17 to 50 f2.8 good? I mean, it just depends on what you're using it for, Drizzy. Like all lenses are good, and they have like their own purpose. So like, you know, when people ask like, is this lens good? It's a very like uneducated question, right? Because you're not giving me any context. I don't know what the fuck you shoot. I don't know what you use your cameras for. I don't know if you like shooting birds. I don't know if you like sports photography. I don't know if you like taking photos of insects. I don't know if you like taking portraits. I don't know what camera you have. I don't know your skill level. So like, is the lens itself decent? Pretty much any lens that has a fixed aperture, a constant aperture, is a pretty decent lens optically. But where it comes down to like, is the lens good? You need to provide more details of what you're doing specifically. Hi, do you use any filters for the glow? On this, yeah, right now, like on the lights, yeah, there's a mist filter on one of my lenses. I also have, yeah, there's a mist filter. There he is. We were just talking about you, David. What's up, buddy? Is a 50 millimeter prime 1.8 good? Ranzo, what's up, Ranzo? How are you? What can you do with a 50 millimeter shoot birds? Silly question. Not a silly question. What camera do you have, Daniel? $50 millimeter on a crop sensor. Both full frame and crop sensors, the 50 is good for on a full frame everyday use. I think 50 is really nice, 50 millimeters, but it's a pretty nice portrait lens. On a crop sensor, definitely a good portrait. That's like 85 millimeters. Came across a channel that uses too much AI for thumbnails. 9 subs, over 100 videos. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Listen. What's happening to AI right now? What's happening in the AI and YouTube and world is exactly what I predicted was going to happen for the past like year and a half, 2 years. Like, people are going to choose to vote with their resources, and their resources can be either their time or their money or their energy. And what's happening to AI, because it's so readily available to everybody, and I'm not talking shit on AI because I love AI myself, but people choose to vote with their resources, time, energy, and money, right? And people are choosing not to vote for stuff that's created 100% by AI. It's just unnatural. It's just unnatural, dude. So if anybody was concerned about AI taking over their job, it was just a fad, dude. It'll be you're gonna be just fine. Came across. Hello. Now you reply to your own question. Is this lens good? I'm planning to buy the 70 to 200 millimeters. Is it worth it? Hell yeah, dude. The f2.8. Fuck yeah, dude. Hello, hello. What's up, y'all? From YouTube. Good morning. Rocking the Canon R5C. Sick, bro. Versatility unmatched. The R6V is pretty great too, bro. Reliable and fully capable. Hell yeah, dude. R5C is sick, man. Yeah, the R5C is legit. Yeah, so there's people that are using the AI, and now the whole thing with like YouTube monetization increasing, the requirements increasing. That's all because of AI, man. That's all because of AI, and now they're cracking down. And the thing is that Google created their own AI so that, you know, they have their own AI to create videos easier. But now YouTube and the servers just got flooded with a bunch of fucking slop that it got overwhelmed and said, okay, now we got to bump this up, and we're going to kick everybody that's creating shit off of the platform. It's what happens, dude. It was a natural order of things. It's exactly what's gonna happen. I knew it. I fucking called it, dude. I fucking called it. Oh, David, I have something to show you, bro. Check this out. Look what came in the mail. I'm so pissed. I bought a Lulanzi VL 120 watt RGB and softbox, and the light comes with no power adapter. No power adapter? It probably uses USB-C. It didn't even have a cable. I got one that didn't have a cable either. But they're coming with USB-C now. Wait, I just realized you ain't gaming live. Why the change? I have 2 accounts, dude. David, I got multiple accounts that I'm growing, bro. Yeah, this is my photography video channel. So I'm just like, you know, later on, is that a monitor? Yeah, I got a new monitor. So Viltrock sent me another flash. This one is in yellow. And then remember that contract that I showed you? So they sent me another monitor. This is the one that had that crazy stipulations on it that I asked them. I was like their requirements were a little crazy. So I got another monitor from Field World. That shit came in next day. I'm 1 year into photography right now. Nice. Yeah, I thought you let it go after 10K. On TikTok, I'm not paying too much attention in terms of like uploading videos and stuff, other than like TikTok shot videos. But I multi-stream, and right now I'm multi-streaming to YouTube as well. And I'm almost at 5,000 followers on YouTube, actually 4,700 right now. So you got that sorted with Viltrox then? The one was Field World. So Field World was the one that they sent me a contract with a bunch of usage shit, like in perpetuity. Yo, I have a question. Should I get a Sony A7 III or the A7 IV? A7 IV for sure, at least. What lens and camera do you use? Right now I'm using on this camera. This is a Canon R8, and then that's a Canon R50. I just upgraded to the R7. Nice, nice. Is Sony 64 plus Tamron 70 good for plane spotting air shows? Yeah, it's fine. The 64 might have a little bit of limitations, but that lens is fine, dude. You just got to make sure you got a tripod. Oh, was confused. Yeah, so Field World, for whatever reason. No, I'd have to pull up the email, but they sent me a contract over, guys, that was like, we need this, but we have no money to pay you. So I said, okay, I'm gonna give you this and this, and then you're gonna send me over that monitor. Ollie and Focus, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Alrighty, thanks. Yeah, Pilot Leon, let me know how that how you like that lens. It's a decent lens. That camera has some limitations, but it's gonna be fine, dude. It's gonna be fine. Another question for mobile photography. I use the Xiaomi 15T, which is the Leica lens. Any thoughts? Zero thoughts, dude. I have zero thoughts on mobile photography, not because I don't like it. I just personally don't. If you're going to be doing photography, it's my belief that you should work your way towards a proper camera over time. Hey, fellow Xiaomi 15 brother. Hey, there you go. You can get some questions answered from Mr. David over here. Won't be hard to make air shows with tripod if airplanes are above me. What you want to do is you want to make sure that your camera is steady at air shows where planes are like flying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The 6400 is going to be your limitation, really, in those kind of situations. But like, if you're on a camera that doesn't have IBIS or doesn't have IS, you need to be on sticks. I want to take videos of my car. Sick. Some nighttime videos. Black car. Budget $600 or less. That's a really tight budget, Dylan. I would get some lights, bro. And $600 is like, just use your cell phone, dude. You're asking for too much for too little. I think the phone is mainly for photo, but I use it for video before. I think the reps helps with it. Yeah. Yeah, and like, you know, I've seen people that use their phones for photography and video that have like their phone all built out with ND filters and shit like that. Like, I guess that kind of stuff helps, you know, to maintain, but phones have a fixed aperture usually. And it's already kind of high, so you're already kind of limited, but I mean, I use my phone for videos all the time, dude. I don't think it's 50 megapixels. It's just advertising. The problem, I've shared this with you guys already, that like phones that have like these, or cameras, megapixels on a camera is like very, very, how do I want to say it? I don't want to say that they're lying or anything like that, but it isn't exactly what you think it is. Where is my design? Continue design. So, yeah, I've showed this to you guys before, where like when you're talking about megapixels, the size of the sensors matter. So like, for example, these are all sensor sizes right here. This is a cell phone sensor compared to an APS-C sensor. Okay, so like when you're trying to fit megapixels onto a smaller sensor, the photo sites are significantly smaller, right? So you're looking at something like this that is like 50 megapixels. versus something like this that is 50 megapixels, right? And you'll see that the photo sites are a lot bigger than what you see over here. So it might be 50 megapixels, but it doesn't mean that it's a higher quality image. It's just physics at the end of the day. It's literally the physical size of the actual sensor. It does shoot in 50 because I shoot promo 50 locked raw format. Yeah. I mean, I believe that it has 50 megapixels. I got a DJI A6 and it's awesome. Cool. WS Photography. What's up, WS Photography? How you doing? Although when I shoot in 12.5, the quality goes down. Yeah, again, I don't know much about cell phone photography. I haven't used my... I guess for cell phone photography, like I'm not using it for paid work. I'm not using it for paid or professional work. I'm just using it to like take pictures and post to like social media and shit. That's when a cell phone is good. When you're just using it for social media content creation and stuff like that, that's perfect. But when you're trying to get paid, like using a cell phone is a little bit tougher. What's up, brother? I received my R6V. Sick, bro. We are R6V brothers. Brother. What's up, brother? Pickles, Mega Pickles. Yeah, still using the R50V as right now. I'm not using the R50V as a webcam. I don't know where my R50V is at. Oh, it's at the other desk, I think. Yeah, I was using it for something. Do you have a 64? I do not. Good, thanks for you. Yeah, man, good. Just hanging out with the crew. 14 people over on TikTok. What's up, y'all? If you guys are brand new on TikTok and you haven't followed yet, please consider doing so. What's my goal on TikTok? Is it what should the next goal be, guys? I have it set to 10K. I think we should make it what? Let's make it 12K. Yeah, let's make it 12K. We'll see what that does. Do you have a Sony? Yeah, I have a Sony right here. This is the ZV-E10 II. DJ Fitz, what up, buddy? You think A7R2 still relevant? Yeah. What aperture fits you the most in portraits? Objects around, couple meters away. For portraits, I usually like single portraits. I like f2, f2.8, f4, right around there. What's your take on the Canon R6? I like the Canon R6. The Canon R6 was my all-time favorite Canon. It was so fucking good, dude. But then I outgrew it. You know, my needs changed after a little while. I have the R6 Mark III now. What do you think about these R7 non-Z versus Z? If I were going to buy one WS Photography, I own the non-Z version, the L non-Z. I would buy the Z version if I could. If I had unlimited money. New haircut? I've had this haircut for a little while. I change up my hairstyle all the time, though. What lens are you using on your Canon camera? On these cameras right now, I'm using... What is this? On this, I'm using a 24 millimeter, and then on this guy, I'm using a Sigma 16 millimeter. I think the A7, you think, yeah, it's fine. Sony ZV-E10 II or the Canon R50V? I own both of those cameras. Traveling Panda. I think most people are better off buying the ZV-E10 II, but here's the thing. The ZV-E10 II is $1,200. That's the only bad thing about it. It's like really expensive. What do you think about the vid I sent you? Did you send me a vid? I haven't seen anything. Is it on YouTube? I think you asked me to review one of your videos. Where is it at? Is it on your channel? Let me know where you send it, and then I'll pop it open. Michelle, what's up, Michelle? How are you? Supposed to be some really beautiful days this weekend. You sent it on TikTok? I think I just saw your message. Can I open this here? Nope, I can't. I don't think I'm gonna be able to open it on TikTok, David. What do you think about the vid I sent you? Would you if you do free work? What do you mean? I think I missed. On desktop, I can't open videos. At least I don't think I can. Let me see. Let me try. Let me try. Give me 1 second. We're working on it. Message. Yeah, it says not supported on desktop. Sony lens 16 to 35 G Master or 24 to 70. Ooh. Most, like 90% of the people are going to tell you a 24 to 70 G Master. That's probably the first one you should go for. 16 to 35 is one of my favorite focal lengths, though. I got around to putting my Utah photos on Instagram. Nice. Nice, nice. Michelle, do I follow you on Instagram? Or do we follow each other? I don't follow anybody, actually. Send me the link. Send me the link and we'll I want to check them out. I have the Canon if you want, I'll review them live if you're up for it. If not, I'll have to check them out later. I have the Canon EOS R. Is that good for starting? Hell yeah, Nate Dog. Get the 2.8Z. I would get the 2.8Z for sure if I could get it again. Tips for flash photography? Practice, dude. That's the only tip. Unfortunate. Nate Dog, thank you for the LOL. I follow you. Yeah, I don't follow anybody on my social media accounts. I only follow a brand. Michelle, can you send me a DM so I can check out your account? Or do you have the same profile name, Michelle? Is it Michelle425? How do I get my exposure right? By practicing, dude. I sent it on TikTok DM. All right, bet. Let me go check. Yeah, there really is, like, I can't tell you what settings you should use because your environment changes all the time, right? So you just got to take some practice shots. Anytime I start with, like, flash photography, I always, all right, I got your thing. You sent me a QR code. I think this will be fine, though. Let's see. There it is. All right, cool. I got you here. So let's see, Michelle. Which ones are the photos? These are nice. Is it these ones? Oh, I like what you did here. I got to what I could on a work trip. Nothing crazy fancy. That's all good. This is cool. You put a frame within a frame. How to connect OBS to TikTok. Oh, Primate TL, what's up, broski? How are you, man? Good to see you. Brother. I use OBS Virtual Cam over to TikTok. Yeah, bro, I've been watching your stuff in the background, man. Your stuff is always looking good, man. I always love to see you on live. Don't say too much. Thank you, though. Yeah, it's all good, though. It's all good. It's all, you got your own vibe over there, man, and you're curating your own audience. So I'm gonna let you do you over there. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna inject myself into that. I'm gonna let you do what you do. But yeah, so to answer your question, ATL, I have a instance of OBS, and then on OBS, are you familiar with OBS? So I just use OBS. I use a vertical camera and a horizontal camera, and then I pump that out from OBS over to YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Would you get the 2.8Z if you only did free work? Yeah, for sure. Not really, but I'm getting into it. The only thing that I would say, I don't know what your hardware situation is, but doing it the way that I'm doing it is a heavy load on your hardware. So you need to have a beefy machine. So if you have a beefy machine, you're going to be able to do all of the things. Like right now, for example, my machine has, this is my setup right here, my PC, but I have, like, if you're like looking down, I have 3 different cameras set up. So I have this camera, I also have that camera there, and then I have a top-down camera. So all of this shit right here pumps into OBS, and then OBS pumps out to TikTok via virtual camera, and then Twitch, and then YouTube. So to answer your question directly, it's OBS virtual camera. And then on TikTok, whenever you're on TikTok, when you select your camera source, you select OBS virtual camera. It's like clearly labeled. Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. Because I so I do this because I multi-stream. That's the main purpose of it. So I'm multi-streaming to YouTube, horizontal and vertical, and TikTok vertical, and Twitch horizontal as well. Twitch I don't really fuck with on this channel. On my gaming channel I do though. Okay, thanks. Sorry, don't want to keep asking similar same things. Yeah, the Z lens, dude, WS photography, the Z lens, the 7200, that's a monster lens, bro. If I was in the market for one, to answer your question, regardless if I'm getting paid work or not paid work, the Z 70-200 is the lens that I would buy if I was in the market for one. And the reason why I don't have one is because I already own the previous 70-200. I got it to G Drive. All right, bet. That's based what I'm working on too. You know, I teach classes every Saturday and all the yeah, right. Yeah, so check out OBS, dude. You, like I said, you just need the hardware. And the reason OBS on PC isn't a heavy lift, but the combination of TikTok, the TikTok Live Studio, is a super heavy program on normal everyday hardware. So it's like kind of a heavy lift in combination, and then like multi-streaming at the same time. So Michelle here, yeah, I like what you did with this framing here. Oh, look at this, dude. This is really nice. I like this guy right here. This is beautiful. This one, I wish that we didn't cut off this branch over here, but I get it. Oh, hell yeah, dude. This is excellent. I love this black and white here. Yeah, I see that it's a scroll. I have some people that are on chat that live in, I forget where, the Odessa, Texas. He always comes in here and he says, I still live in shitty ass Odessa, Texas. Saying that, meaning that he doesn't have like a lot of creative things to photograph. And I'm like, bro, you just got to get out there and like challenge yourself, because even a photo like this, it might not, like, you know, this is a great photo. Is it going to win any awards? Probably not, but it's a fantastic fucking photo, dude. I would print a photo like this. This one that's up at the top here. Thanks, bro. Have a great day. I appreciate it. All right, Prime, I'll catch you later, man. Let me know if that works out for you, man. I'll pop into your chat. Chester, I've been gaming. Chester, where you been, bro? There, can you believe people live on that paragliding mountain? That's literally the yard. That's crazy, dude. Was out of focus, the black and white. It was a little out of focus. This one? No, what were your settings? Were you using aperture priority here? Yeah, but I love this photo. This is probably my favorite photo. Out of the entire set, let me pick one. Let me pick one out of the entire set. I think my favorite photo out of this set is definitely this guy right here. That would be top. I do like this one a lot. I do like this one a lot. I think if I had to choose one, I would probably choose this guy right here. Louis Wedding Films, how are you? Michelle, thank you so much for sharing. West GZ, Sports and Visuals, what's up, man? How are you? How are you guys? Michelle, hey, everybody, GG's for Michelle. GG's in the chat for Michelle. Michelle, do you mind sharing with the chat what your setup is? Nice photos, dude. I love them. I have the black and white and landscape. Thank you. Yeah. I have a printer. I have a printer where I can do prints 13 by 19. And it was probably the best thing. I believe it or not, I didn't even buy that. I got it for free. The man, the myth, the legend is finally here. I've been gaming too. Haha, ranked grind. I've been playing GTA. Manual. Oh, you're in manual. Fancy. I have a black and white and landscape. Great game. You got hands on the FX5 yet? No, FX5 doesn't come out till later. I don't have any reasons to buy the FX5 though. Must be nice. What's wrong with you, David? You've been in a little bit of a slump lately, bro. What do you mean? I know you want the FX5. You don't need the FX5, dude. The FX5 is going to be like over $5.5 grand. Found that aperture. Tebow birdies. Michelle has a Canon R7, sick. Sigma EF 50-100, 1.8. And Sigma. I love that art lens. That 17-40 art lens is really nice, dude. Why did you choose Canon cameras? Because they're number one. Nah, not Sony. Sony A7 I or A7R? I don't know. I'd probably do the R. Canon is the GOAT. Yeah, Canon is the GOAT. Canon is number one. You gonna check out the R50V cage yet? I'm probably gonna make some videos this weekend. I got a bunch of videos to make. I've been slacking on some actual YouTube content, so this weekend tonight I'm gonna be making some YouTube content. I gotta really like sit down and like organize my videos though, like the order, because I have a bunch of I got these new filters. Check these out. I got these new filters from Newer sent me these new filters. Let's see this one. Check out these filters. So Newer has a new line of filters that are 2-in-1. And what they are is they spin, but then they also have like a locking mechanism here so that so you set the darkness, right? So if you want it to be like lighter or darker, and then whenever you have it like set to what you like, you can tighten this, and now it's fixed to that, and then you can do the CPL. Yeah, have you seen these? They sent me over too. So I don't love it. I think it could be implemented just a little bit better. But I'm gonna make a video on these as well. So the lock is really cool. But there could be some improvements on it, I think. But it is like the fact that it locks. So say that I'm like, I want to set it there. I just lock it, and now the CPL rotates. I have so much, yo, I have a lot of fucking products, dude, that I gotta do, that I gotta do some videos on. Michelle, thank you for the rose. I appreciate you. Is anything below 50K clicks good for a used camera? I don't know, dude. I don't really buy cameras that have like I don't know what is good. You should probably Google that, dude. For the AF issues I was having while swinging, I got the FX5 60% off. Nice, nice. Do you know somebody from Sony? Those are pretty nice. I know K&F. When you twist the lock, it kind of moves the ND. I always accidentally mess with my... Yeah, same. What brand ND? These are from Newer. These are called Newer True Colors, and they sent me over 2 of them. I think I have another one here somewhere. It looks like I only have the box over here. I don't know where the other one went. But I was using them on a project a couple weekends ago. I have an R100 with the 18 to 45 kit lens. I don't know if I should upgrade the body or the lenses. Probably the body, dude. The R100 is not my favorite. My condolences. Artist, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Really, I'm planning to buy that too. I don't recommend the R100 to anybody, dude. I'm using the R100 right here, actually. This camera right here, this is the R100. And that is used for this angle right here. For product reviews and videos and stuff. But I think this is the only good use for the R100, like a fixed camera. Bro, I'm looking for my first camera and I'm confused between the Canon R10 and the 6400. I like the R10 better. I don't like the 6400 personally. 13 people over on TikTok. If you guys are brand new here on TikTok, welcome in. My name is Vic. I'm answering as many questions as possible regarding cameras, lenses, monitors, flashes. Got some flashes here. And then got a new monitor as well from Feel World. This is a big ass box. But yeah, it's been a good week for products. I'm slowly working my way towards like paid campaigns though. Slowly building that up. I heard the R10 is not good in low light. It's not any better or worse than the 6400. Unbox the monitor. I got to do a YouTube video on it. So I'm going to unbox it at a YouTube video. So should I go for the R10? It's better. Neither are like, you know, that great of cameras. They're pretty entry level cameras, but I would prefer the R10. The Sony has better, has a larger lens ecosystem though. So I would personally try them out to see what you like better. What's your opinion on the R6 Mark II for content creation? I found it on sale. Nice, dude. What's the sale? R6 Mark II is fire, dude. How about with color shifting and ghosting? The lenses? I mean, they're cheap lenses. I mean, they're cheap filters, dude. They're not like crazy expensive, you know. So these are considered true colors. This is an ND3 to ND64 plus CPL. So like, if you're looking for, you know, that's the problem is like, you know, filters that have those filters can get really expensive, and the reason why they get really expensive is because they have the non-shifting colors and stuff like that. But like just as an everyday filter, these are just cheap budget ones. I haven't noticed any like shifting or colors or anything like that, but I personally am not too particular about that kind of stuff. What about overheating issues? I mean, most cameras that don't have, Chris, most cameras that don't have built-in active cooling are going to have some sort of overheating. The R6 II, when I had it, I never had any overheating issues, but typically overheating issues is more about the user and the way that that person is using it. So if you're using 4K 60, 4K 60 for like 30-40 minutes straight, like you're recording a talking head video in 4K 60, which is stupid, you're gonna get overheating. If you're also working in like 4K 30, 4K 24, and it's 100 degrees outside and humid, your camera's gonna overheat. So it's more about the environment and the use case of the individual. So like generally speaking, like I can tell you that my cameras don't often overheat. The only camera that I did have overheat on me during a shoot was the R5, but I was using that camera for like 6 hours straight. So it just depends on the user, really. But everybody's mileage is going to differ, man. Everybody's mileage is going to differ. This camera, the R6V, this camera is probably the camera that I would buy if anybody's concerned with overheating issues. But this camera also has active cooling and fans built in, right? So any thoughts on the PO Nikon D35 for beginner PO? I have zero thoughts. How much is the Redding if 1 to 10 ND newer true color? I didn't understand any of that question, Ray. What did Jayun say about your response? Jayun didn't get back to me. Let's see. I haven't checked this morning actually. Thanks for reminding me. They're contacting me on 2 different accounts, by the way. So I need to like centralize all that communication. Okay, so Field World is over here. Where is the other account? Nope, nope, nope. Is it this one? Nope, not this one. I don't think I have it on this PC. I have a business account and I don't have it logged on my PC here. But I don't think that they responded. Hello, there it is. No, they haven't responded yet. But I sent them, I proposed to them, send me as many things as they can send me, and I also asked them for a discount code for the audience, and I asked them for a free product so that I could give away to my audience as well. Thank you for taking a look. Rugrats are up. It's game time. Have a good weekend. All right, dude. Thank you for stopping in, Michelle. I always appreciate your company. And yeah, great job on the photos. I'm gonna catch you next time. I'll probably be on later on, either on this channel or I'll probably be gaming. Is Chester still here, or is he gone? Where's Chester at? Oh, he answered a while ago. Haha, I've been emulating you with some major gas lately. Lens mounting, maybe even gonna do a proper quick release V mount system. We shall see. Okay, what's up? Have you been posting? I was gonna ask you if you've been posting on YouTube. I haven't seen you there. I followed the gaming channel. Maybe I'll catch you later. All right, Michelle, have a good one. Bit too much? No, you gotta ask, dude. You gotta ask, because they're the ones that are reaching out to me. I did a grading video last week. Oh, I think I saw that. I think I saw that one where it wasn't. It was like a screen recording of your screen, right? A screen recording. I think I did see that. Yeah. How did that perform? Hey, 150. Or is that it? 154 views. My God, look at that. Yo, so I would lean into these kind of videos, dude. Yeah, I would make a couple more of these, because they're definitely performing better than any of your other videos. At least you broke 100, you know? Yeah, hell yeah. Spent a ton of time reworking my grade. Yo, I should check that out. Yeah, I did watch it all the way through, and then I went back to watch a couple of but yeah, I noticed that it was just a screen sharing video, which in my opinion, I would have added your face on here somewhere. At least like an intro portion and then like an outro. Is probably what I would have done. But you do some nice color grading, so you already know your stuff on color grading. But nice work on this, man. Yeah, I would do more of those for sure. Recently, I bought the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. I love it. What do you think of action cams? I like action cameras. Hey, what are you using on OBS with TikTok? Stream key now? No, I'm just using a virtual camera. Just using the virtual camera. Yeah, they go good. I'm working on a setup rework at the moment, so that may be nice, but I'm going to likely have the lightest cinema setup and the most versatility that exists online. Dude, that's a YouTube title right there, dude. That's a YouTube title right there, bro. Yeah, so I have the R6V. I'm sorry, the R50V, R50V videos, R50V cage videos. Those will be pretty easy. I'm gonna do 2 of those. R50V cage, K&F, and then Tilta. So those will be easy videos to make. I should probably make those. Maybe I'll make those here. And then long term for setup, I want quick release to a V mount rig. And then a light flash monitor mic and SSD all on camera, and that rig be quick releasable on and off a V mount power supply. Yeah, I mean, I have they have the small rig V mount adapter that's really, really nice. It just slides on, and I guess it's just for the V mount though, but I'm getting a filter. I'm getting a filter a necessity when buying a good lens, or should I just get the lens hood? Lens hoods are for like sun flares and stuff, but you don't need to buy a filter immediately. Filters are just for like, you know, when you're actively shooting in like super bright conditions, or you want to keep your aperture wide open. But you should eventually get a filter for sure. Everybody should have a filter eventually. Hi and greetings. What's up, Zan? How are you over on YouTube? Have a question to ask. I want to buy a new APS-C Canon mirrorless camera. I'm on a tight budget right now. For starters, should I go with the R10 RF STM kit lens or go with the R7 STM kit lens? What I would do is I'd buy the nicer camera, probably the R7. Here's the thing though, with both of those cameras, the R10, I own both of those cameras, the R7 and the R10. I don't like any of those lenses. Those lenses aren't my favorite. I think personally that they're a waste of money. If you're thinking about buying them and you want those lenses, what I would do, Zan, is I would buy the camera body only and then go and look for those lenses individually, either used or brand new, and buy them separately because they're usually discounted. Because the kit lenses that come with those two camera bodies with all cameras are usually the most returned and resold lenses, so they're like abundantly available that you can pick them up for like a fraction of the full price. So I would buy either the R7 or the R10. If I was going to buy them, I'd buy them body only, and then I'd look at one of those lenses and then buy that separately used is what I would do. And you could buy them for like literally $100. But with both the R10 and the R7, it's rumored that they are coming out with the Mark II versions, like the newer version is coming out soon. I think they might come out this year. So if you can wait, I would probably wait and see what the new ones are. Not because you should buy the new ones, that if you can afford it, you should buy the new ones. But when the new models come out, people sell their old models, and then there's a flood of older cameras available on the market where you can like get a good deal on something used. And they also lower the price of the brand new MSRP price by like a couple $100. So that's probably what I would do. The Tetris comes with fitting all accessories on top of the rig. Might ditch flash and keep it simple and just choose to shoot flash. Yeah, I mean, that's where we're like playing like adult Legos. And like Chester, you have a very unique shooting conditions because of your shooting style and like the subject matter that you shoot. That's why I totally think that you should really lean into the whole action, extreme sports, wildlife, like this environmental kind of like the Jimmy Chin kind of photography, because that's what you do. And I think your YouTube channel would really be benefited if you really focus in that niche. You know what I mean? That's what I would do if I had your access to like your shooting style and like your environment, dude. I would be focusing on like as an action photographer. Everything that I would title would be like as an action photographer, the best running gear as an action photographer. You know what I mean? WS Photography. What's up, man? Welcome back. Welcome back. What's your opinion on the EOS R50V for business photography and videography? I like the R50V. I like the R50V so much that I have two of them. They're little capable cameras. I would pair it with like a decent lens. But what is business photography, like portraits and stuff? Yeah, I would get like a nice little portrait lens. I really wouldn't use the R50V for photography though. For video, sure, but for photo, not really. Is Fuji good for non-professionals, just for hobby? Fuck yeah, dude. Fujis are great, man. I'm cooked then. Did you already buy the R50V? No, I mean, for photos, it'll take fine photos, but like if I'm doing business like headshots and stuff, I wouldn't have gotten an R50. I probably would have gotten something like the. You're gonna be fine. If you already own it, dude, you're gonna be, you're definitely not cooked, bro. I just went looking for the 70 to 200s. The Z. How much are they, dude? They're like brand new. They're probably like a lot of money, dude. 70 to 200. VCM. Is it VCM? Ooh wee. Shit, dude. How much are they used? Bro, $3,300. Fucking hell. That's brand new though. How much is it used? It's too expensive, dude. Yeah, it's $3,100, broski. Yeah, that's an expensive lens, dude. Should I buy the Canon R8 with a 50 millimeter use or Canon R50V? I would do the Canon R8, but I would probably, is that used? You said used? How is it the same price? Because the Canon R8 is about to get a refresh. So if you're thinking about buying a Canon R8, I would hold off because the R8 Mark II is around the corner. Brother. I'm between right now the Canon R50 and the Fuji X-T330. If you're looking for a nice hobby camera, dude, the X-T30, doesn't the X-T30 have a new generation, like the X-T33 or the X-T32? I would buy the latest Fuji X-T30. I found one for just over 2K euros. That's not bad. Is it the Z mount? Big Texas. What's up, Big Texas? Where you been, broski? How the hell you been? I've been good, man. I've been on my gaming channel, building that for a little while. So that's where I've been spending the past couple of weeks on. But I have been going live on my cell phone on this account a couple times. I'm going to try to go live on my cell phone on TikTok a little bit more. But I was really focusing on, like I mentioned, once I got to 10,000 followers, I was going to ease up on TikTok live for this account and focus more on YouTube and Instagram. And Instagram, dude, I've been really killing it over there. I've grown like 100 or 200 followers in the past month. Because I'm gonna try to get that account to 10,000 as well. Working hard, bro. I bet, bro. I bet, man. Just got my dream lens, the RF 100 to 5. Woo! Congratulations, dude. A 100 to 500. That lens is definitely not my dream lens, but it's up there, dude. It's up there. I think if I had a dream lens, it would be the 100 to 300. RF 100 to 300. But I think that lens is like $11,000. This is, if I had a dream lens, it would be this lens right here, dude. 100 to 300. But congratulations on that 100 to 5. It's up there for me. It's up there for me. If I could find a decent price on it, I would definitely pick it up. Been missing you on the lives. I've been live, Gerald. I appreciate that, bro. I've been live on my gaming channel. So I have another account that I'm trying to grow, and it's primarily about gaming. and content creation, like content creation around a gaming like niche or whatever. So I've been working on that. R6 with a 24 to 105 at 2K. I would not buy that lens. I would skip that lens. That lens is pretty shitty. The R6 is legit. That's pretty much a free lens though. At 2K, is it the original R6? The original, which R6? If it's the R6 II, that sounds like a good deal. If it's the original R6, then nah. The original R6 you could find, is that 2K USD? Yeah, the Z, but I mean there are some non-Zs for like 14. Yeah, I would get the Z. Hey, your thoughts about the Nikon X Red new camera? How does it compare to the FX3 or the 5? Thank you for the heart, me. Appreciate that. Sheila, what's up, Sheila? How are you? I've been seeing you putting in work, dude. I've been seeing you putting in work. Love to see it. Love to see it. That's the one I want. Yeah, if I had a dream lens, it'd be this guy right here. Canon RF 100 to 300 f2.8. $11,000, boys and girls. I'm trying. Your setup looks dope today. Appreciate it. Yeah, Sheila, this is my YouTube. I don't think you've been here in a little while, but this is what I do for YouTube, horizontal vertical and TikTok vertical. I got the Canon R8 right here. I got the Canon R50 up there, and then I got a top-down shot as well for like product reviews and stuff like that. Sheila, I need to get your YouTube channel because I haven't seen you posting on YouTube. That's where you really need to be growing, by the way. Is a good combo the R50 and the 70 to 200? Yeah, that's a beast combo though. Which 70 to 200? Brother, I rented out the 24 to 105 2.8Z. Ooh. Yeah, if I had unlimited money, Gerald, that's the next lens that I would buy. The 24 to 105 2.8. I'm tempted to get the non-Z only because I don't need the internal zoom. The problem, so here's the thing. Here's why I would want it's not about wanting the 70 to 200 non-Z version. When I was using it for like sports photography, do you guys know what the throw of the zoom is? So like on a zoom lens, some lenses have really short throws and some lenses have really long throws. On the non-Z version, and here's why I would get the Z version, especially if you're a sports photographer, when you're shooting down the barrel and you're at 70 millimeters, and then you have to get to 200, on some lenses, the throw is really, really far. So like it's like a really full turn almost to get to 200 millimeters. So on the Z version, that throw, they really cut down that throw to get up to 200 millimeters. So you get to zoom from 70 to 200 very, very quickly. So it's like, whop, 200 and then back. On the non-Z version, that throw is like really, really fucking long. So that's why I would get the non-Z version, the Z version, excuse me. And I haven't been doing photography for ages. 11K is nothing for a photographer like you. Thanks, Big Texas. We'll get there one day. I haven't been, not enough time in the day. I get it, dude. We're all busy. Viltrox 27 millimeter f2. Is it any good? Yeah, those lenses are fine. I can't speak to Viltrox's, like, you know, I wouldn't really put them like optically superior lenses or glass than like any other glass, but like Viltrox is fine, dude. They're super cheap. Canon R6 Mark III or R5 II for sports hybrid creator. If you could afford an R5 II, I would be getting an R5 II for sure. For sure. Oh, Big Texas has the 70 to 200Z. Yeah, I forgot Big Texas had that one. Yeah, that throw is like 1/4, maybe ½ inch to the... Yeah, exactly. The throw is very, very short. It's like fap, 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 fap. That lens is going to be my next purchase. The 24 to 105 f2. I'm jealous, bro. I'm jealous. Why the R5 II over the R6 III? The R5 II is just a more... that 45 megapixels is crazy, dude. I own the R5 II. and also the R6 III, and like for professional sports, the R5 II with the 45 megapixels is fucking phenomenal. It's crazy, dude. What's your opinion on the Sony 6700? I like the 6700 for sure. If I was going to get a Sony crop sensor camera, it would be the 6700. Not sure. That's what I heard. I didn't know whether it's good. It was that bad. No, so I have the 70-200, the old one, and the throw is like, it's a first world problem. Not gonna lie to you, WS Photography. So if it's, you know, not that big of a deal for you, I answered your question the best that I could. And the best that I could is like, you asked me between two lenses, the Z version and the non-Z version. And my answer to that was, if I was in the market to buy one, I would be buying the Z version based off of my use case. But everybody's use case, everybody in here, by the way, all 12 of you guys know that we all have completely different shooting styles, subject matter, working conditions, and environments that we all work in, that the cameras that we buy and the gear that we use is very unique and custom to our shooting style, to us, right? So based off of my experience, that's why I say I would get the Z version. Optically, though, I would say it's equal, you know, pretty equal. Yeah, like my man Chester over here on YouTube, that motherfucker, he's like, his stuff is like, he's in the middle of the rainforest in New Zealand. Is that a rainforest? Can I call it a rainforest, Chester? You're in the middle of the woods, bro. And you're like documenting people on mountain bikes and shit like that. Like, that's very different than what the kind of stuff that I do, right? So any best camera for beginners, especially for traveling? I would probably do something that is compact, like the Sony A7C II. Those are really cool cameras, the compact ones. Do I get for f4? What do I go for? F4? I would get the f2.8. I do horses mainly. WS Photography, you're not in the States, are you? You're in Europe, if I remember correctly. What's it like to rent over there, dude? What's your opinion on the Godox 32 flat? I've never used it. I do like the Godox brand, though. I'm to the point of contemplating fabricating custom parts for niche requirements. Yes, rainforest. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you'll never catch my ass in a fucking rainforest, but like, you know, so everybody's use case is different. I got a 15 shoot next month. Ooh, that'll be fun, bro. That'll be fun. Did you ever get that camera for wifey, Big Texas? UK rental is quite expensive. How is it in USA? In the USA, bro. In the USA, renting is like crazy cheap. You guys want to see something crazy for renting? I always ask people, like, is renting available where you are? Because in the US, it's like stupid crazy, dude. Stupid, like cheap, I should say. So like, for example, if I wanted to rent that 70-200, I could get it for like a couple $100. Look, check this out. Canon RF 70-200 f2.8 USMZ, $132 for 7 days. So in the United States, renting is really, really accessible. And that isn't true for the rest of the world, unfortunately. What do you think about Samyang lenses? I think they're cheap lenses. $120 a week for a 28-70 G Master. That's pretty affordable. There are some places in the world where you have to rent them for 6 months and it costs like $800. I did. She's going to do the video. Nice. Nice, nice. What did you end up getting her, by the way? Was it the R50V or was it the... I forgot what you were asking. Or was it your daughter that was looking for a camera? I just got the Sony i7 IV with the Sigma 24-70. What do you think about it? I think it's good, man. Sorry, I meant 95 for 3 days. Yeah, that's a little bit, you know, it's a little bit more expensive. For us in the United States, renting is definitely a lot more affordable. But anyways, WS Photography, if he's still in here, I was gonna suggest renting it. Is these lenses? Think about it. Like, would you buy a car without test driving it? That's how expensive these lenses are. These are $3,000 lenses, $2,500 euros for you guys, right? What do you think? Do you think I got the best lens for car photography? 24 to 70 solid on a full frame, dude. Yeah. How does online rental work? In the United States, the way that it works is you go to a site like this, lensrentals.com. You pick out the camera body and the lens that you want, and then you pick out the days you pay, and then they send it to you. And then the rental starts the day that you sign for it, and they send it to you in like a little tiny Pelican case, waterproof, pack tight case. You do what you need to do with it, and then you pack it back up. They send you a paid shipping label, and then when you're done with it, you send it back. And that's pretty much it. What lens do you recommend for the Keen set? Do you have the 15 to 35? Did I remember you buying that? Or did I make that up in my mind? Where's the Keen set gonna be at? Is it gonna be at like a church, like a big church, or is it gonna be in somebody's house and backyard? I would recommend the 15 to 35 as your primary lens for most of the day, but I would also take your 70 to 200 for some portraits, and then you're fucking set, dude. I might do that to try better Sony. Yeah, David, any lens that's above like $1,500, dude, and you don't have much experience with it, rent it, dude. Rent it. Just rent it to try it out. And like, especially even if you're doing a paid gig, I know some wedding photographers and like professional photographers that they own a very, very minimal kit. And when they get booked for a wedding, they rent all their gear. They rent it, or they rent a specific lens and then send it back. Because these are really expensive pieces of gear. Like $3,000 to sit on a shelf is like really expensive. By the way, hello, brother, Julian. Sorry, mate. Don't want to be bothering you. Thanks very much. WS Photography. That's literally what I'm here for, bro. I'm literally here to answer your guys' questions. What lens do you recommend for a beginner wildlife photographer on a budget? What camera do you have? Arnold's Safari Guide. Thinking of the FX30 since I have APS-C glass, maybe the ZVE1 after. FX30 is nice, dude. I would get the ZVE1 is pretty good too. Dynasty, what's up, Dynasty? Malik just bought the 80 to 200 2.8. Nice. Canon R50. Canon just recently has a 16 to 300 Sigma. I would check that lens out. Yeah, I have a Tamron 28 to 75 G2, so 70 to 200 would give me the perfect setup. Yeah, hell yeah. What's the best website for portfolio website creation? There's a bunch. I would just pick one. I use Squarespace, but that's not free. But there's like, it just depends on what you want to do on your website. Like if you just want it, yeah, Pixie I use PicTime for like portfolio stuff. Pixie the same kind of thing. You could just pick one. I would look up Pixie PicTime, and I think there's one or two other ones, but those are mostly for like portfolios and stuff like that. But you can create more advanced websites on them, but they have like limitations there for like photo delivery and gallery delivery and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, they all kind of do the same thing. That's the beautiful thing about like having websites, Pixie Set and PicTime, for example. Like when there's two or three like companies trying to do the exact same thing, the consumer usually wins because they're like trying to outdo each other. And competition is good for that kind of stuff. So that's why I can't really recommend one over the other because it ebbs and flows. Like one quarter or 1 year, one website will be better, one website provider will be better, and then the next year, the next guy will come in, and then they'll be better, and then it goes back and forth. So just pick one that you're comfortable with. Do some research on YouTube to see what builder you like the best, and then just pull the trigger. I use Squarespace just because I own my own domain and I pay for my domain name and stuff. So I just use that, and then I use my website for just lead gen, really. I made my website on Pixie Set. Yeah. I got the ZVE10. What should I use for not much a close shot? It's for streaming. The 16 millimeter Sigma is really nice. That's what I'm using up here. With mine, I film short form ads, wedding, quinceañeras. Yeah, nice, nice. I'm gonna rent that R10 before replying back. Malik, yeah, rent it. Yeah, rent it, dude. It's a little camera, dude. Actually, I got it right here. I am selling this Canon R10 right here. Mine is gonna come with the cage, a flash, and a lens. So I am selling this R10 if anybody's interested in it. Pretty good little camera. I don't use it much. It just kind of sits on a shelf. Big Texas, thanks for catching up, man. I've been on my gaming channel, so if you don't see me here, that's where I'll be. I'm just scared of the battery life. It's a small battery, dude. Just get a couple batteries. That's what it is. I want to change my R50 to ZV-10. What do you think? I think that's an expensive switch. I own both of those, the R50V and the ZVE10 too. I barely use my ZVE10 too. It's a great camera, but it's expensive. It's $1,200. I don't got your gaming channel. Send it to me. It's how to start a gaming channel. At how to start a gaming channel on all platforms. Julia, how you been? You been shooting photos? I have. I just have to edit them. I get it, dude. I get it. That's good though. Keep that hobby alive. Keep that hobby alive. Carry that camera and lens with you everywhere, and you'll use it more. Don't worry about the camera like taking a beating. I put that camera through its paces. So cameras are meant to be used. Cameras are meant to be used. They're meant to be carried. They're meant to don't drop them or anything like that, and don't like throw them around. But like they're pretty. That's why they're expensive. They're pretty durable. Does the Nikon D5300 still look good? Still good in the big 2026? I don't know. I don't know. I've never used the Nikon D series. How much is it? It was downcast the other day, and I had the flash on me for once. Life change. Oh, Julia, look, I got a new flash from Viltrox. I got a yellow one though. Actually, I could probably open this. No, I want to open this on camera. Vintage on camera flash. This one doesn't say what camera brand it's for though. But yeah, they sent me over a yellow one. I also got the Feel World also reached out to me and sent me a new monitor. This week and last week, I was talking to David earlier, has been really fucking good for brands, for brands reaching out and stuff. Actually, this month and last month have been really good. My stuff is growing, dude. My stuff is growing, so I don't know, I'm pretty excited. I'm excited to share that stuff with you guys. With Zhiyun, one of my favorite lighting brands, also reached out to me and offered a bunch of products as well. And then I countered because they wanted a bunch of things. I said, if I can get a free light so that I could give away to an audience member, that'd be really cool. So I don't know. It's just been a blessing. This content creation stuff is finally working. You know, it took like 2 to 3 years to get to a point where it's like, okay, brands are reaching out, and then David mentioned. Yeah, so it's just been really good, and it takes a while. It takes a while to get there. It took me about 2 years to actually get reached out to. The first brand that I ever worked with was Shimbol. Yeah, Shimbol, and I still haven't opened up the stuff that they sent me because I already own their product. What's your thoughts on the 5D Mark II? I really wouldn't be buying anything DSLR in 2026. Like if I had to choose. Also, Malik, don't you already have a camera, bro? Like what's wrong with the cameras that you have? If you already have a camera, like, you know, stick with what you got for a little bit, and then like unless you like outgrow your camera, there's really no reason to, like, unless you're a paid professional and like your income is related to your camera gear. If you're just a hobbyist, just use the camera that you got. If you're not a professional photographer and your pay isn't really tied to your camera gear, then you got to have the funds. If you have the funds and disposable income, which is a situation that a lot of people, you know, find themselves in. I learned a long time ago that I cannot attribute my own budget and spending habits to other people, because other people might be in a different situation where they just have money, or they might be in a situation where they don't have the money to spend, right? So I can't reflect and like mirror my own earning potential on other people, because other people might have a lot more money or a lot less money. That's why when people ask, what's your most recommended camera? It's like, what's your budget? How much money do you have? Do you have the cash or don't you have the cash? Are you a professional or are you not a professional? I have the 1DX and the Nikon D600. The 1DX sucks after 6 weeks. I'm a contracted I thought you were a police officer, Malik. I need something for travel, social media, good for video, photos, portrait, preferably full frame. Justin, what's your budget, bro? What is your budget? The Lumix S5 II is really, really nice. Yeah, check out the Lumix, dude. R6 or R8 for sports? R6. For sure. You can get a really nice you can get a nice deal on an R6, Mattis. Yeah, the Lumix S5 2X is really nice. I'm a deputy sheriff and they are putting me at school for games. I got perms to shoot too. Nice, nice. Trav, what's up, Trav? Let me have a nifty 50 for my Canon R6V. Do you think that's good? The nifty 50 on the R6V is pretty solid, bro. Yeah, hell yeah. Lumix S5 II is goated. I might get one. That's probably the camera that most people should get, dude. And you like Lumix stuff, so yeah, the S5 2X. If I were gonna buy a Lumix, I would probably get the S12, the S12R, I think it's called, the resolution one. That one is pretty incredible. Yeah, I think if I were to get a Lumix, it'd be the S12R. Is it the R or the RS? I forget. Yeah, the R6 is, you can get a good deal on them. They're pretty inexpensive, and they're great, great cameras. Great cameras, especially for photo. Especially for photo. Have you checked? No. Where did you send the video, David? Where did you send the video, bro? Oh, is it? Are you not done editing it? Is it live? Bro just ignored my comment. What was your comment? Is the Nikon D35 good for my first camera? Do you have it? Do you own that camera? I don't know how to say your name. For those of you guys that have like weird digits in your name and shit, stop that. What Sony camera should I get for under 1,000? Probably the S5. I'm sorry, under 1,000. The how much is the ZVE 10-2 now? Probably the ZVE 10-2, if not the 6400. Low key though, in a pinch with no budget, the GH5 is pretty good as well and has banger dynamic range. Yeah, I just don't have any experience with that camera. I also don't like micro four thirds personally. A G drive link in your TikTok. It's V1. Okay, TikTok. Let me go to TikTok. Messages. Here it is. Got it. G drive link. Let me check it out. And what are you looking for in it? Axe Punk. All right. So what are we watching here? Oh shit. It's fast. Oh, it's the axe throw video. Why isn't this vertical? That movement right there was a little weird. You see how you kind of like went into it a little bit? That was kind of odd. I'm nitpicking though. There was a little shake right there. You saw that shake at the end? That stutter, get rid of that shit. Nice angle. I would probably start with that. I would probably start with this. With something like this. This angle right here. This is really cool. Yeah, that was cool. I like it, dude. Just tighten it up a little bit. What camera should I get for a 14-year-old? R50. I think the ZVE10 V1. All right, much. Yeah, did you get all that though? Let's watch it again. This is David's reel. He got this is for a client, an axe throwing client. So let's give this a watch. Maybe Chester can weigh in as well. But there's so I'm nitpicking on a couple of these. There's a couple of camera movements that are unnecessary and the camera shake that you just need to tighten up a little bit. This is great. Love the transition to the music. I'm wondering why it's not vertical. So that camera shake is weird. So get rid of that. And then there was another one right here. It's at the very last seconds of your frame before you transition. So you just cut that. Get rid of that little frame right there. Yeah, legit, dude. It's a free vid, so I like shooting horizontal better. Why? That doesn't make any sense. Where the video should be made on where the content is going to be shared. Did they ask for a horizontal video? Shall I get the Canon R6V paired with the Canon 24mm versus Sony A7C2? The R6V is a significantly better camera than the A7C2. For sure. Is the Canon R good? It's old. I would get the R8 at a minimum. Which one would you recommend me for streaming and content creation? The R6V. Didn't ask for anything. It's just a preference of aspect ratio for me. Just like the 16:9 better than the 9:16. Yeah, I guess. I'm not sure that I like your thinking on that though, but hey, it's your video. So that's, you know. How do you rate my gear? I don't rate gear. How do you rate my gear? Using the R5 II with a 28-70 f2. I would rate your gear, Wanny Johans von Airy. I would rate your gear 4 avocados. Your video, I'd give it a 7 out of 10 for sure. YouTube comments aren't coming through. I just saw your comment. Oh, one of your comments didn't come through for whatever reason. Do you rate Instas? I do, but for channel members on YouTube. I was rating his gear. Oh. Your video is a 7 out of 10 though. Pretty legit, man. Pretty legit. You got a little lazy on the edit and shit. That's what happens. And listen, David, don't take this personally, man, but we tend to get lazy on free projects, man. We tend to get lazy on free projects. How much for TikTok? What do you mean? I don't think I have. Yeah, the rating profiles and channels and portfolios is for YouTube channel members. To review an Insta, I don't know. I don't really ask for money on it on TikTok, dude. True, that drone part with the lines took me longer than I'd like to admit. Yeah, but the thing is, like, you know, with free work, dude, we just end up kind of getting lazy and not putting. It just happens, dude. It's just like the psychology behind getting paid and like doing free work and stuff. But that's where I would like ask you to like challenge yourself to like actually put in, even if it's a free project, treat it as if it were paid. treat every project as if it were paid and you were about to deliver the best bang, like the best video for possible. Because what that free project is going to do is that people are going to see it, people are going to share it. And if you did a shitty job and you just did like whatever for this axe throwing thing, that business is a business, dude. And chances are that that guy knows other business owners, or is in a community with other business owners, and it just works out. So that's why I tell you and tell everybody, even if it's free work, dude, you got to make sure that you deliver the best project possible within your capabilities. The outline and stuff, that's all cool, but like I would make a video that the client still wants so that they share it. Because 6 months from now, somebody might be watching that, or that video might be used on their website. So I would treat even free projects just as equally with a great importance and priority as if it were a paid gig, dude. Yes, sir. I'll watch it soon enough. I got a vid for you. Where's the vid at, Chester? Let me check it out. I'd love an old 2000s camera to video some motocross stuff. Okay. Skin tones were a bit off. Other than that, it was really just shredded. Enough said. Yeah. You said the skin tones were off? So I'm also not going to put a heavy weight on this because this is going through a Google filter. Like it's been like compressed a lot. So I know that this video is I think they look okay. I would square this up though. We're like leaning a little bit. It also needs an end card. It needs an end card and it needs a location and a phone number. Did you see the 6100 build I sent you? I did not. Can you rate my edits? I rate Canon R7. I rate videos and portfolios for YouTube channel members, bud. Yep, that's why I left the part empty with some music. Yeah. So, yeah, it's an incomplete video, but overall though, I do dig it. You just need to clean it up a little bit and make a horizontal edit, you know. How much is a channel member? I don't, Brady, I don't know, man. You got to go over to my YouTube and check it out, bud. But that's how the tiers over there work, man. Video is here. However, I know it's half finished assembly cut, so done by any metric, but I'm happy with its progress. Think it got blocked. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a link. Usually links come through and everything. I don't know what's going on with your messages though. I see that some messages come in and some don't. All right, I got your Instagram. Let's see. Instagram. Was that you on your Insta? All right, I got it. I got it. Keegan Chester. Let's check this out.
Adventure.
All right, so what are we watching here, Chester? Can you let the chat know what you recorded this on, by the way?
Adventure racing didn't start somewhere. It started here.
Look at this fucking footage, dude.
Towards the end of the 20th century.
Is that your VO?
How far could the human body actually go? And in 1989, the world came looking for an answer.
Your voice is too low compared to the mix is a little off.
Now, for almost 40 years, this sport has traveled to every corner of the globe. Deserts, jungles, coastlines.
What is this video for? This is the start of a promo for a world championship event. Yes, it's my VO. Placeholder only. It sounds really low compared to the music, but you know, so I'm criticizing this as if it was a completed project, right? Because I'm seeing it as uh a completed work.
Every continent on Earth interpreted hundreds of different ways. And for the better,
What was that? You see this right here? Is that from your screen recording?
and for the better part of the last 2 decades, New Zealanders have led the way.
Once again, it's the New Zealand team Seagate proving why they're the undisputed champions of the world.
NVIDIA capture, that's what it looked like.
28, the World Championship comes home.
I would spend some time on mixing the audio a little bit better. I know you said that your VO is a placeholder, but that's probably the only criticism that I really have. And then there's a couple of hiccups on the thing. That's all I got. It's all good. Yeah, nice. How much of that video was shot by you? NVIDIA capture. See, this is why I need your input. A fresh set of eyes on your guys' content is incredibly important, man, because sometimes we get into like an edit that we stop looking at shit. We stop paying attention to stuff, and like sometimes it like we overlook simple things. Like in my paid work for the attorneys that I work for, I need my boss, that is like the director of communications, to look at my stuff before I even hit publish. Not because of compliancy issues, but because I want to make sure that I get all of these imperfections out, because I'll spend 4 or 5 hours on an edit and I'll like everything starts to blend in and I start to like not pay attention to, like, for example, like spelling errors or punctuation errors and stuff like that like I'll overlook because I've been looking at the footage for so long. So having a fresh set of eyes is always super helpful. Super helpful. That's all I've got. All right, y'all. I'm going to be out of here. Chester, I appreciate you sharing. David, always a pleasure, man. Thank you so much for sharing your stuff. Anybody else that is in here, thank you so much. Half finished and only assembly cut, but happy with the story so far. Almost done with the footy is mine. Rather the build up and the pitch, the video return of the event. So, all right, boys. Adios. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. I don't know why that doesn't change. That's the wrong ending. I should definitely fix that.